All right, let's just jump right in. Today, we're going to be digging into two absolutely wild magazine ads from the early 90s. They're for Konami's NASCAR games on the NES and Game Boy, and trust me, the marketing was just as over the top as the racing itself.
And here they are. I mean, just look at them. It's kind of like organized chaos, isn't it? You got this explosion of bold text, screenshots, a celebrity driver, and, oh yeah, the promise of winning an actual car. This was a full-on sensory assault designed to make you stop flipping through that magazine and pay attention.
So, how do you grab a 90s kid's attention when they're flipping through a magazine? Well, you start with some aggressive, in-your-face headlines that practically scream at you from the page.
I love this headline, Crash Course. It's a brilliant double meaning, right? It's not just a clever pun, it's a promise. The ad immediately starts talking about smash and crash stock car warfare. They're not selling you a polite driving sim, they're selling you pure chaos and the thrill of crunching metal. And this just perfectly captures the attitude. Steer crazy. It's such a goofy, perfect, 90s-era pun. It promises an experience so intense, so fast, that it'll literally drive you bonkers. This isn't just a game, you see, it's a state of mind. It's pure, unfiltered fun, and they want you to know that from the second you look at the ad.
Okay, so beyond all the hype and the flashy slogans, how did they actually sell the gameplay? Well, Konami had to promise what they called an ultimate driving experience, packed with features that would get real racing fans excited.
And boy, did they lay it all out there. We're talking a first-person perspective, gauges that actually work, real pit stops, and even car customization. You could adjust gear ratios and spoiler angles, plus a full championship season. This showed that even with the wild marketing, the game itself was aiming for a really surprising level of depth.
And just take a look at this. This little screenshot is doing some serious work. It's the visual proof for their promises. You can see the tach, the oil and temp gauges, even a damage meter. For a kid in the 90s, this felt incredibly real. It made you feel like you were actually inside a high-performance machine, not just playing some simple arcade game.
And hey, what's a racing game without the real cars? Konami went out and got the licenses for the big names of the time. You could jump behind the wheel of a Ford Thunderbird or a Chevy Lumina. This wasn't some generic racer. It was tied directly to the NASCAR brand and the asphalt-eating stock cars that fans really knew and loved.
And Konami was smart. They made sure you could take this whole experience with you. By releasing it on both the NES for your TV and the Game Boy for when you're on the move, they pretty much covered all their bases. That authentic NASCAR feeling wasn't just stuck in your living room anymore.
Okay, so you've got the crazy slogans, you've got deep gameplay. What's the next move? You get an absolute legend to be the face of your game, and Konami got one of the biggest names in the entire sport, Bill Elliott.
For anyone who followed NASCAR back then, Awesome Bill from Dawsonville was a household name. Seriously, he was a Winston Cup champion, he broke records, he was a massive fan favorite. Putting his face on this ad wasn't just some random celebrity endorsement, it was a stamp of approval. It told all the diehard fans, hey, this game is the real deal.
And they didn't just stop at his picture. The ad straight up claims that Bill Elliott helped design the game. Now, who knows if that meant he spent months with developers or just gave a few suggestions? It doesn't matter. The message was crystal clear. A champion's input is in this game. Plus, you could actually race against him and 14 other nasty drivers. I mean, come on, that's a challenge you just can't turn down.
And now we get to what is, for my money, the most incredible part of this whole campaign. See, winning wasn't just about what happened on the screen. Konami gave players a shot at something truly life-changing.
Yep, you are reading that correctly. The grand prize for playing this video game was a brand new, honest-to-goodness 1992 Ford Thunderbird Super Coupe. This just completely changes the stakes, right? It turns the game from a fun way to pass the time into a potential ticket to winning an actual car. This was marketing on a whole other level.
And they built this whole prize structure around it. You couldn't just get lucky. You had to prove you were good by qualifying in the game's championship season. That got you into the main event, a virtual Daytona 500. And hey, even if you didn't win the car, you could still walk away with a pretty sweet racing jacket or a little handheld game. It was a brilliant way to keep everybody playing, feeling like they had a shot to win something cool.
So when you put all of this together, the crazy slogans, the celebrity, the surprisingly deep gameplay, and that insane real-world prize, what you get is a perfect time capsule. This is exactly what it took to sell a video game back in the early 1990s.
Really, these ads are just the ultimate 90s marketing playbook. You've got that aggressive, action-packed language, you've got the stamp of legitimacy from real brands, you have the unbelievable hype of a real-world car as a prize, and the smart business sense of releasing on both a console and a handheld. It was the formula for success, and it absolutely worked.
Which kind of leaves us with one last thought. You know, looking at this ad today, in our world of digital storefronts and season passes and microtransactions, you just have to wonder, right? Have we maybe lost some of that magic, that tangible, over-the-top excitement of playing a game not just for bragging rights, but for the wild, incredible chance to win a real-life Ford Thunderbird? It's something to think about.